Why is there so much money in boxing? Where's it coming from? Who watches boxing anymore? How are these guys getting paid tens of millions per fight? I'm going to let you into a little secret called the difference between boxing and UFC pay and MMA pay. First of all, boxing is just a bigger sport. It is. It's a bigger sport. Sorry, thank you for the $2, Polidori's Revenge. Boxing is just a bigger sport at the point, so it will make more money. Secondly, boxers get their tens of millions, and then they pay their promoter like 30% of it. UFC gets the money and they give it to the fighters. Boxers get the money. So AJ gets 50 mil, and then Eddie Hearn gets like 10 million. You know what I mean? 15 million. So they give the money that's been made, but then the boxers pay their promoters. And also boxers are just bigger names in general if you check Instagram followers and the amount of interactions they get on posts and shit like that, you know. But yeah, boxers just get paid more. And also boxing has a bigger history. So they have savings. All of these big promotional companies individually in boxing, they have like hundreds of millions in savings almost. Like they're already rich within boxing because of all the money they've made over the history of their promotional company that's probably been alive for like fucking 100 years. You know what I mean? Come on, Guru. The UFC is much bigger than boxing now. The UFC is making money hand over fist while the fighters get 12 and 12. Only the top guys in boxing getting paid like Canelo, Paul, and Mayweather. UFC is not much bigger than boxing, nor is it bigger than boxing in general. You can only say that because as a promotion, they're more recognizable than any promotion around boxing. The UFC essentially at this point is the sport of MMA. So the sport of boxing is bigger than the sport of MMA worldwide. That's just as simple as that. You mentioned 12 and 12, but how much money did the fighters on the undercard of boxing fights get? Couple hundred. You know what? Boxers don't get paid at the lower levels. Did you know that? That a lot of boxers coming up that are on these shows that are 6-0 as a pro trying to make some money, they don't get paid a fee. They sell ticket sales. They pay their opponents to show up. So you can talk about that all you want. The UFC across the board pays fighters better than boxing does, but the top end of boxing just get millions and millions and millions compared to the UFC fighters. It's a balance. If they wanted to pay all of their champions 40 million, 30 million a fight, they could in no way afford 12 for 12 across the board for anyone in their organization.